about Kyle Busch and his struggles today back there running mid-pack.
It hasn't been without action, though. Look at him trying just to do anything he can to get these positions. Bam!
Yeah, you know, Kyle got nabbed with that speeding penalty there at the end of that stage. And then this is a great move, top of 3 right here. He's been rolling the top really, really good. And he's able to get a little 2-for-1 there with Raja and Ty. And he's up to 15th. You know, he's putting together good laps. He's too far back. You know, he's going to need a yellow here, a good pit stop to try to get back in the swing of things. But he's been the one that's been searching around the most today. And I expect nothing else of Kyle Busch, of always searching for grip.
Kyle, of course, ran at Atlanta, won that race, and he'll next be in the truck next week at Charlotte, and then Nashville, and Watkins Glen will round out his allotted 5 races for the season.
Battle for 4th here.
Yeah, Gio's run down Stuart Friesen, putting together really good lap times. The truck looks really good, too, so they found a little bit more pace, you know, up and down day for that team, but they found the right thing when it matters the most.
What a learning day for Gio Ruggiero. He felt what it's like to run up front, lead laps. He went back, got buried in the field, and now just knocking them off one at a time.
Yeah, he's got the pace right now to get around Friesen as he marches toward Lane Riggs now.
Caitlin.
Well, looking at that 52, Stuart Friesen, fresh off a top 5 performance last time out, and that's where he's been hanging out for a lot of this day. He said, it's been big for us having no momentum turn after actually questioning whether he wanted to compete anymore after he'd had several rough weeks in a row. But he said, I'm just trying to keep the faith, push through this rough stretch and weather the ups and downs. He said, you know, when you get wrecked or you wreck yourself, you really do start to question a lot of things. But he said at this racetrack, he did feel like he was going to have a good baseline based on what they did here last season. So they've certainly been running really well. Potentially could get back-to-back top 5 performances, Jamie.
Thanks, Caitlin. Yep, Stuart Friesen hanging on to that 5th spot.
I looked at his dirt schedule, and like 17 days of May, he's going to be racing his dirt car, plus what he's doing with us here in NASCAR. So just a racer's racer is Stuart Friesen.
Which is 6 straight races for the Truck Series, and that's a lot. 25 races on the season, so there's usually some nice off weekends in there.
You see Gio Ruggiero is driven away from Stuart. He's got a really fast truck right now, that 17. Put nearly a half a straightaway on him in just a few laps. Stuart caught in a mess there with traffic. Laps are winding down. Lap after lap, the fastest truck is still Corey Heim. Guys will be trying to cut into that lead.
So Corey Heim up front leading. He's now surpassed over 500 laps led this season. That's
And I feel like maybe in 10 or 15 laps it might be able to, the 38 might be able to close the gap a little bit, but you're really seeing the speed out of the 11. The 11 might have just been running 80% or so, saving his stuff in case they got this later caution to where he had a little bit of tire left in the bank.
Corey Heim over Chandler Smith, Lane Riggs, Tyler Ingram, Brent Cruz making his Truck Series debut right there in the 1 truck, rounding off the top 5.
In the top 5, that's exactly what that young man was hoping for. A solid, competitive run. Gio Ruggiero there in the 17 is all over him.
Guys, we've talked about Kyle Busch and his struggles today, but he has been driving through the field. Got another speeding penalty. So did Caden Honeycutt on that last round of stops.
Last time by, the fastest truck on the track was Chandler Smith, so he's got pace. But when you have the best truck like we've seen all day with Corey Heim and put him out front, that clean air really helps as well. There's the 45 you spoke of, Jamie, battling up there with Kyle Busch.
Back in 15th and 16th.
Raja Carruth, Ben Rhodes battling for 9th and 10th right now. Daniel Hemrick right in front of him. Daniel's been a little bit off the pace today, but really they've done a good job of getting that truck better. I mean, 8th is probably the best he's been all day, so they finally were able to work on that truck just a little bit.
They had that penalty earlier as well, so definitely a nice recovery for that 19 team up to 8th.
There's your battle for the lead.
Chandler's inching back in. He's inching back closer to him as they continue to get laps. And look at the line Chandler's running at 1 and 2. He's running way down low. We saw him do this early on the previous work on those newer tires, and And I think that's just the bottom's going to get a little better as some rubber gets put down on there, but it's also harder on the tires.